Senator, what were your impressions of President Obama's speech tonight?
Well, recognizing that this was President Obama's inaugural State of the Union, I think he set the right tone for the country right now. He was very enthusiastically received. I think we probably did as many up and down and applauding as we have in any State of the Union that I have participated in. But the tone that the President used tonight, I think, was very important. He was very serious. He was very serious in starting off his address, speaking to the magnitude of the problem that we're dealing with, the dire consequences of our economic condition right now. He didn't try to sugarcoat anything. He was upfront and direct with the people, and I think that was appreciated. But he also ended it on a note that I felt was very important, and it was very direct to the point that if we love our country, if we care about it, we want this country to succeed. And so in doing that, we all do need to be working together to address the very, very difficult problems that we have in front of us. So he approached, I thought, the domestic issues in a well thought out manner, speaking to three cornerstones, if you will: healthcare, education, and energy. Laid out several initiatives there that I thought were well received, and again, the tone that he set tonight was, we've got a lot of work to do. We need to be doing it together, and by doing so, we will be successful. So there was that air of optimism that I think was very, very important as well.
Senator, you are the ranking member on the Energy Committee. Part of his speech tonight touched on some major issues regarding energy. He talked about renewables. He didn't talk about really domestic production. That's an important issue in Alaska. How did his remarks on his energy policy strike you?
Well, he is right to be talking about the future of energy. And I agree with him that we should be doing more to create those new green jobs, the jobs in the energy industry. But we should not assume that the only jobs within energy are within the renewable field. Look at the state of Alaska. Look at states like West Virginia, where they produce coal. In the Colorado, Utah area, where they have shale oil and shale gas. We have so much potential here in this country to create additional jobs through domestic energy production. And unfortunately, that is not an area that the President addressed. I was a little hopeful that we might hear something about the potential for Alaska's natural gas. We didn't really hear anything about our more traditional energy sources, and again, I think that was an area that is important to discuss. He chose not to. He focused on the renewables instead. I do agree with him that we need to be a world leader in that, but you can't get there from here without also working to increase our domestic production. He spoke several different times to the need to reduce our reliance on foreign sources of oil. Well, we can be doing that through our technologies, but we've also got to look to what we have domestically, whether it's in Alaska or in other parts of the country, and I think he missed on that point.
Senator, education is a big part of your agenda. You're on the Education Committee in the Senate. He talked about more school reform, support for charter schools. Did you hear anything particularly when he addressed education that spoke to you?
Yes. One of the things that I have been focusing on up in the state is what is happening with our dropout rate. Why? Why in a state like Alaska do we have the highest dropout rate amongst the nation? And the President just nailed that. He said, we will not accept that in this country. And he pushed us to do better. He pushed us to go beyond just getting that high school degree, that diploma, to going further, do at least 1 year of college or vocational education. And that's good to be pushing our young people. That's good to set the level of expectation higher. We need to do more in this country on education reform. We need to push our young people. We need to give them the tools that they need to be competitive in a global market. And I think the President spoke very well to that point tonight, and it's something that I'm looking forward to working with him and the administration in advancing just those goals.
He had the 3 points: health care, education, and energy. What about health care? One thing that he did say, we can't afford to wait another year before tackling health care reform. Can we do that with the money we've spent on the stimulus, TARP, the banks, the bailouts? Can we tackle health care?
It is difficult, it is expensive, but it is necessary. I think the President recognizes that this is, aside from what is happening with the financial issue right now, the cost of health care in this country is driving us into the ground. We could try to put it off, we could try to kick the can down the road, but the problem just compounds. It just gets worse. And it is very difficult. But again, I think it's very necessary. I think the President recognizes that. He's going to be putting together the team, and you know, you hope that it's the right people that are working to address it. But even given what we are faced with right now as a nation and our financial situation, I think we must be proactive on the health care front to address some of the reforms. We might not be able to solve it all this year. We might not be able to solve it all next, but we've got to get going.
So overall, good speech, hit a home run. How would you finally characterize it?
I think that the President did well tonight. He had a level of confidence that was important. These are difficult times for people in this country, for families, you know, workers that are losing their jobs, losing their homes. People are anxious. They want to know that there is a leader in charge, that there is a direction and a course for this country that gives them a level of hope and optimism. They want to know that their Congress is going to be working to make good things happen. It is not going to be easy because we are in a horrible situation right now with regards to our economy, our financial situation, and all the list of horribles, if you will, that the President ticked off. But we have always been a nation of hope. We have always been a nation of people who believe that tomorrow is going to be better. And I want to work with President Obama. I want to work with his administration. I believe him when he says, if we love this country, we need it to succeed. And I think we need to be working with this administration to get this country on the right track.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you.